Hey there, fans. Thanks for joining me. I have clipped the Q&A portion of my impromptu live stream from Wednesday night, July 6th, when I hit 500 subscribers quite suddenly. There was no time to prepare or solicit questions in advance, so these all came straight from chat. And we're going to dive in fairly suddenly, so I thought I'd record this quick intro just to let you know. I will also be probably clipping some other highlights from the stream as well. The stream ran almost 3 hours. We had a really good time. If you have time to watch the whole VOD, please feel free. But if not, here's a little taste of what you missed. Coke. I am very much a Diet Coke person. It is my... Coke is the correct answer. I don't know what you think, but Pepsi's nasty. Root beer is acceptable. Soda, I live in California, and I born and raised. I actually drink Diet Coke almost exclusively. If Diet Coke is not available and I don't want sugar, then Diet Dr. Pepper is an acceptable substitute. Regular Dr. Pepper. See, I think regular Dr. Pepper and Diet Dr. Pepper taste almost the same, whereas Coke and Diet Coke do not taste the same. And I don't like Coke Zero because I don't like the actual taste of Coke. I feel like it's not refreshing. I don't mind drinking it if I have to, but I'd rather not have the sugar. Water's always the best choice. Cereal then milk, although I don't eat a lot of cereal and milk. I actually like eating cereal dry. I like to sort of munch on it like as a snack. I don't really have it for breakfast usually. Milk then cereal. See, I'm also weird. I also like I like my cereal soggy. If I'm gonna put milk in it, it's because I want it to be soggy. Yeah, what would be my dream vacation? I'm actually having a dream vacation right now, which is my house is empty except for my cat. Sorry, I was answering Sarah, what would be a dream vacation? I have never been on an all-inclusive, adults-only cruise or island vacation of some kind. I think I would like to do that all by myself. just sit somewhere comfortable and drink sweet, ridiculous drinks and eat everything I want to eat. Just totally relax. Let's see. What country would I like to visit most? That's a really good question. I think I would really like to go to the Nordic countries if I can have that as a group. Denmark, Norway, Sweden, all of them. My cat's name is Thunder, and here's the story there. We had a hamster. My oldest child is very interested in the weather. They like to track storms and follow all sorts of weather-related stuff. And so when we got the hamster, we named it Stormy. And then we got the cat, and we still had the hamster. And so we wanted to continue with the weather theme, so we named her Thunder. And then the hamster died. But now we have two frogs whose names are Flash and Flood. Anything, Shalaz asked, anything I'm nostalgic about? Honestly, not really. I do miss some things about the 90s. I miss, and I don't know how much of it is colored by the fact that I was a teenager and somewhat sheltered and isolated, but I do miss the fact that I feel like we weren't quite as divided, at least in this country, in the 90s as we are now, and I do miss that. I miss this sort of feeling that we're all in it together, and I don't know if that's too political or what, but that's the only thing I can think of, really. What U.S. state do I think is the prettiest? West Virginia. I don't think West Virginia is a great state in many other ways, but it is unbelievably stunning. So beautiful. Favorite best subject in school? I was really good at math, but I didn't love it. I was really good at English, but I didn't love it. I think history. I loved history. I was going to be a history major and be a history teacher, and I took one history class in college and one day of the education track, and I decided I didn't want to do either of those things. I have not been to Singapore. The name Jess the OG Subtitle, that's my handle on the CTC Discord. Some time ago, gosh, it must have been a year ago or something, Mark did one of my puzzles on Cracking the Cryptic, and he forgot to put my name in the on their title screen, it has, I guess, placeholders for title and subtitle, and in subtitle they're supposed to put the constructor's name, and he forgot to put my name in, and so people started calling me Subtitle as a joke. And then he did it again for someone else, and people were pinging me, like, "Oh, we thought this was your puzzle, and it's not." And I was like, "What?" So I added the OG Subtitle because I was the first Subtitle. You have a tree frog who has free reign of your house? Do you know my son would die for that? He would love it, except my cat would probably eat it. In fact, one time she was going crazy in his room. We couldn't figure out why. And I finally went in and saw that one of the frogs had gotten out of their terrarium and was climbing the wall. And she was like, "What's happening here? I don't understand this." How did I get into GeoGuessr or just geography? I don't know. My 8-year-old is really into geography. And so he's always telling me about stuff. He watches that guy, Jack Sucks at Geography, and some of the other yes, Thunder would love to have the frogs roaming the house. Some of the other channels, and he's always telling me about stuff. And then my oldest is also, well, really into politics and political stuff, not just in the US, but all over the world. And so with 2 kids who are constantly yammering at me about geography, I figured I better learn something. And then when I watched my brother play GeoGuessr a few times, and I was like, this is pretty fun. So I started a GeoGuessr account and was playing it and thought, hey, maybe it'd be fun to do a channel. So it's a fairly new thing for me, really. Would I rather time travel to the past or the future? The future, because if you went to the past, you'd catch all kinds of interesting diseases. Although I really think it would be interesting to be able to sort of observe some stuff in the past just to see how things really work, because we all have such a narrow view of how things used to be. Oh, the Puzzle Plaza gang. Well, Ranks is my brother. I met him couple days after he was born when my mom brought him home from the hospital. So a long time. And a lot of the Puzzle Plaza gang is from Cracking the Cryptic, and I've been involved with Cracking the Cryptic for a couple of years now, so that's where. Something I extremely hate. Oh gosh, do we need to go there? I hate ASMR. If we want to be something gentle here, I don't understand why people like to listen to other people whisper. Star Trek and Star Wars are both good. Star Trek is better, but they really are not comparable. Oh, I'm not the only one that doesn't understand ASMR. I feel better. Yeah, I don't get it. I never like the sound of people whispering or any of that. It makes me like get all like the chills up my spine, and not in a good way. There are a lot of things I hate a lot more than ASMR, but I don't know how serious you want to get around here, so. Sci-fi or fantasy, both. But my favorite series of books in the world is The Wheel of Time, which is fantasy, so. Yeah, so I consider Star Wars to be fantasy. It really has all the fantasy tropes, whereas Star Trek is much more rooted in the sci-fi tradition of taking present day issues and setting them in the future, and also using science, so. The TV show, that's a good question. I really liked the TV show, and I'm looking forward to season 2 very much. The showrunner is a huge, huge Wheel of Time fan, and so I trusted him to do a good job, and they did change a lot in order to fit it into 8 episodes. I really think they should have done 10 episodes, personally. But I wouldn't compare them. Like, if you're trying to compare them, you're going to be disappointed. I think if you take Wheel of Time, the show, as it is on its own, I thought it was well done. My most luckiest day? That's a good question. I don't know. Do I have a luckiest day? I'll have to think about that. Favorite board game? I'm not a huge board game player. Until a couple of years ago, I liked Pandemic. When I got the Dr. Hoodlin one, that was pretty great. Yeah, Pandemic is too real now. I can't play it anymore. But yeah, taking it as an adaptation and saying, look, they couldn't do this word for word. They couldn't do this shot for shot. There's too much in a book, and it's done differently because you have internal monologue and you have settings that are just insane. But I thought what they did and why they made the decisions they made were quite good. I mean, I could go on about Wheel of Time forever, so, Yeah, getting the Dr. Hoodlin one was definitely a highlight of my year. Do I feel awkward talking to a screen that has people I don't. I love it. I think it's really fun. Yeah, I know that the TV show has combined characters a lot of times, or combined events, so that you don't have 1,000 and what is it, something like 1,100 named characters. It's too many. Uh, Books is yeah. I like movie and show adaptations of books because I'm one of those people that can't really picture stuff when I read it. And so I like having an image, but it's annoying if the image doesn't match what I sort of expected. And I think if we get back to the Wheel of Time, I think the visuals were just perfect. What is my favorite cereal? Frosted Mini Wheats. I like the easy questions. Keep them coming. I don't have a lot of favorite things, but when I do, I do. Have I ever read one? Yes, I read Harry Potter, gosh, many years ago, and I saw the movies as they came out, except for the last few once I had kids. Am I allergic to anything? I am not. I'm very lucky. It's funny because whenever people ask Ranks for his favorite whatever, I'm always with him on I don't really have favorites. As you get to be an adult, I feel like there aren't as many things that you can say, like, this is a definitive favorite. Like, I don't have a favorite color. And if you ask me my favorite food, it's really mood dependent. But there are some things where I can say definitively, like, this is a thing I love and have loved for a long time, and it, takes precedence over many other things in my life. So I would call that a favorite, I guess. See, it depends on my mood. I had Thai food for dinner, if anyone was wondering. And I actually couldn't decide until I decided what I want for dessert, and then I worked backward and found a place that had what I wanted for dessert, and then picked the rest of the food that way. I wanted sticky rice. I don't know why, I just wanted it. And I had it, and it was good. Old is when the appliance package on Price is Right looks exciting. You're right, and it's new socks. Also, new things in your kitchen. You should see how excited I got when I got an ice maker. Like the emoji heart eyes excited. Like, love my ice maker. It's ridiculous. Oh my god, yes. My kids use my air fryer like nonstop. It's great. It's so useful because it cooks better than a microwave, but takes less time than a toaster or the oven, and it's fantastic. I mean, I could go on about kitchen appliances. Now, if I had a kitchen that had enough counter space for all the appliances I wish I had, that would be another story entirely. If I start making enough money on my YouTube channel, I can buy my dream house. That's my real motivation here. Favorite kitchen appliance. Right now the ice maker because I can make smoothie. Oh, you know what I have? I have one of those little blenders that like you can make like a single serving smoothie. I love it. And so you combine that with the ice maker because I don't have an ice maker in my fridge, and just have iced coffee whenever you want, and it's great. But only before noon. I did get a free birthday coffee from the Coffee Bean this morning, though. It's amazing. I highly recommend. And neither was well. The ice maker was like $100, but I had a gift certificate, and the blender was like I think it was like $25. It wasn't even that expensive. Just saying. I think it's Cuisinart. It's great. It comes with like 4 cups that you can like attach the blender thing directly to it, so you can just make your smoothie. Did I eat any cake today? I did not eat cake today. I had sticky rice. I will be having cake on Saturday. My best memory. My best memories. Gosh, that's an interesting question. See, you've stumped me. I have no memories. Nothing has ever happened in my life. Don't worry, I'll have cake on Saturday. Red velvet, hopefully. That's what I requested. No, it's not too late, except I don't have any cake. I do have a what do you call these? A baksu all to myself though. Normally I have to share it with my kids, but they're not here, so I get all the Japanese snacks to myself today. There were cakes in there. Does that count? Red velvet is the best, but you gotta have the cream cheese frosting with it. My best memory. Okay, I'm gonna think of a good memory for you, HB. Um, how much? Oh, Ranks has been great. He's helped me a lot. He showed me how to use all the stuff. He gave me advice on setting up OBS and all the noise filters. And all right, I'm gonna think of a good memory. I'm gonna do this. Hmm. When I was how old was I? 14, almost 15. Right after freshman year of high school. We went on a trip to Austria. Ransk and I were ridiculously well behaved. We never gave our mom any trouble. Like, getting into trouble, I wouldn't have known how to get into trouble, to be honest. Ranks too. We were good kids. Oh, night person. I hate mornings. I wouldn't get up early if I didn't have to. But yeah, so we went on a choir trip to Austria. We went to this little town called Eisenstadt, and Eisenstadt is near the border with Hungary, and there's it's where Joseph Haydn lived and composed, and we sang a Haydn mass in Haydn's church, in front of Haydn, well, his crypt. It was very, very cool. That is one memory I really cherish because it was such a unique experience and a really cool thing to be able to do. There you go. I found a memory. It was a cool trip. One of the few times I've gone somewhere not in the US. I'm not as well traveled as I wish I were. That's the problem with having 4 kids. You don't go very many places. Which mascot? I don't remember. I'm sorry. One of them. What is my job? I am a transcriptionist. I own very tiny. It's me. I had a phone call today. Hey, do you have 15 or 20 minutes to talk about your HR needs? And I said, I don't have enough H to need HR because it's only me. Yeah, I do not remember which mass it was. It was so long ago. It was 1995 or something. I'm old. But yeah, it was beautiful. So I'm a transcriptionist. What do I have besides sadness? Oh, I have, here, I'll show you my stuffed animals while hang on. Here. I have 11. That's not 11 with her waffle. And I have an owl from Target that I just love, even though it was like $5. And I have a unicorn. Because everybody should have a unicorn. They keep me company. And a cat. She keeps me company too. Sorry, what was I saying? Oh, my job. Basically, people send me recordings and I type them. You gotta have unicorns. That's actually not my only unicorn. I think Thunder might have stolen one of them. Sometimes she goes up on the windowsill and steals stuffed animals and carries them around. She also steals socks. There are socks all over the house because she takes them and just leaves them and then meows at them. It's very funny. She's so funny. I just think it's funny. Whenever I find a sock in a weird place, I'm like, oh, Thunder was hunting again. Oh, where is Sadness? She's like, hold on. Here's Sadness. There she is. I found her. She was like not where she belonged. Silly Sadness. I also have a Lego Man keychain. This thing's cool. I love this thing. Sorry for the noise. Lego Man keychain. It's a little weird having a black screen here, you know? I could, here. I'll put myself in the middle. How's that? I was, like I said, caught a little bit off. There we go. How's that? How's better? Favorite snacks? Oh, I like to snack on cereal. Popcorn. Favorite snacks? Popcorn. Trader Joe's has this olive oil or herb and something popcorn that I'm obsessed with. I will sit and eat the entire bag in one sitting. I also really like the Smart Pop salt and olive oil and salt stuff. Popcorn is the best. Do I like popcorn plus yes, sweet and salty is amazing. I love chocolate, pretzels, chocolate, popcorn, all of it. How often do I set and solve Sudokus? Not as often as I used to. I've been trying to do more Sudoku lately because I kind of gotten out of it, and I do miss it. Haven't set one in a long time. Favorite Wordle variant? Wordle Peaks. What do I like about nature? I don't like nature very much. Although I did take my kids up to Northern California to see the redwoods last fall, and that was incredible. What a wonderful experience. But I don't like bugs. Do I like crosswordle? Yeah. Crafts and hobbies. I am not crafty. You don't want to see me craft. It's very sad. My hobbies include making YouTube videos of word games and playing Sudoku. We did drive through the redwood tree. Yeah, it wasn't as exciting as you might think. Favorite animal? House cats. Also, fennec foxes and capybaras. What would I like to try one? Okay, I have this idea that I might like to try skydiving sometime, but I don't know that I actually ever will. I actually have a master's in fine arts and creative writing, so I am a writer. I don't do as much writing as I probably should, but I do enjoy it. I drive a Toyota Sienna because I have 4 kids. Do I have any YouTube goals? Yeah, to make money, J-Man. I'm here's my personality quirk for you. I love attention. I like attention and I want to be famous, but then when too many people know who I am, I get scared. If I would want to have a different name, I always like the name Elizabeth, but my name's fine. Everyone knows how to spell it, and it's very common. Although one time I was at a coffee shop, and the person who had ordered right in front of me was also named Jessica and had ordered the same thing, so we kind of looked at each other and laughed. But it was one of the top 10 names in the late 70s and early 80s. So, favorite historical era, as in a place I'd like to visit or something I like learning about. My parents very consciously chose common, easy to spell names that people wouldn't mix up and that we wouldn't have to spend our whole lives spelling for people. As far as historical era, I like studying the medieval times the most, Middle Ages stuff. Like if I'm gonna read historical fiction or watch historical TV, that's the era I will choose. Favorite color? I kind of said I didn't really have one. I like purple. I like blue. When I was a teenager, I wore navy blue almost exclusively. When will I hit 1K subs? Hopefully tomorrow. If you haven't subbed yet, feel free. How would I react if someone recognized me? I think that'd be pretty exciting.